How's it, guys? Sean here from 633RC. This is the first of many more videos pertaining to upgrades, mods, reviews, unboxings of RC cars. Stay tuned. This is going to be the unboxing, or at least I don't have the patience. I've already unboxed it, but this is a review on the CR-18 Hobby Plus Flatbed 6x6 crawler. Feature packed, lots of value in this. Let's check it out. So, first thing, what do we get in the box? We basically get our wheel wrench, we get a charger, a USB charger, we get a set of anti-roll bars. Zoom in there, a bit few on that, which is quite cool. The reason for this you'll see in a bit. And then we have a proper manual, very detailed. It's got all of the parts in here as well as exploded diagrams. So you'll be able to take the car apart and put it back together if you have a look at that. Really nice and detailed. Okay, so if we look at the rig itself, it obviously comes with a transmitter as well. This is a FlySky 6-channel transmitter. It has a the channel 3 is used for lights, channel 4 is open. Then we've got channel 6 is your 2-speed gearbox. So it's got a 3-way switch, neutral, first gear and second gear, which is basically low range, high range. And then we have a spring-loaded toggle switch here that basically pushes forward and backwards to actuate your winch. Really nice remote, not too big. I've got a pet peeve with big remotes. I won't mention names. Then we have a bubble cover. It just basically protects your settings, your trim, endpoint settings. We've got those little toggle switches for programming, for reversing channels, etc. Then we also have two LED. I'm going to switch this on so you can see. The other one won't show because the car's not switched on, but there's basically two LED lights. The one is for the remote itself, the battery level. The other one's for the car, so it gives you a warning when the battery is low. Really nice feature as well. Okay, we switch the remote on. Let's switch the car on, and then we can go into depth with the rest of the features on this. To open up this cab, which by the way is a really nice and detailed ABS hard body cab, you've got two tabs at the bottom. So you'll be using you can use your thumb and your index finger to pinch those tabs inwards, and then you just pull on the cab to open it up. As you can see, it opens up nice and wide. I really love the feature that they've actually opted to have this cab open up all the way. There are LRCs out there that have the same feature, but doesn't necessarily open up all the way. Some of them will only up, say, 50, 60 or 40% of the way, but then you don't have enough space to work. And if you've got big hands, even more so. In this instance, they've got it swiveling open all the way. This is absolutely a great feature, I think, just to get to your electronics. Electronics is very easily accessible. You've got your combo ESC receiver here from FlySky. You've got all of your LED lights here for the cab that you can easily access. Got a 600 milliamp 2-cell battery. This is the standard battery that comes with most of the Hobby Plus cars, the Rushmore, T-Hunter, Evo Pro, etc. Nice sized battery. It does have a strap to hold the battery in place, and then there is two adjustable. If you have a look there, you'll see there is adjustable brackets, so they can be moved out to accommodate a bigger battery. That is a nice feature. Something you won't see from this angle. Let's just switch this on, plug it in, get it ready. Here we go. Let's close it up. To close the cab, you need to press on those tabs again. It doesn't just push close, but very straightforward, very simple to use. Not very easy to see, but in the bottom, they didn't opt for the standard 180 motors that they put in most 18 scale rigs. This is a big block 280 brushed motor, lots of torque, really nice motor. This motor has been put into some of the other 18 scales from Hobby Plus, at least not stock standard, but guys have put them in as an upgrade, and they work really, really well. If we look at the cab itself and the detail on it, this is a super smart looking rig. This really reminds me of the Kamaz tracks in the Dakar with those extra spots, fogs, the bumper, everything that goes with it. The LED light bar gives it a really smart feel. I think this could actually be converted to a Kamaz track if you do the whole canopy at the back, where you would have your tools and everything that goes with it. But that could be a potential future project. Even I can imagine guys doing a military track version of this, you know, having a green or sand color body, having some camo on there. This could really be kitted out to be something else. I think there's a lot of options with this, a lot of potential. The detail on the body is really nice. We've got folding mirrors. They have some flex to them, so I don't think they're going to break off very easily. If you have a look there, it's not just stickers, it's actual little mirror pieces that's been inserted there. That's very nice. We've got tinted windows, no interior, but that's not a problem. We can 3D print the interior. I'm not sure if Hobby Plus will be releasing interiors for these, but there's a lot of space in that cab to be able to do that. Looking at the wheels, we've got new silver satin finished beadlock wheels. The tires are familiar. This is the same tires that are used on some of the other Hobby Plus rigs. That tread pattern, you'll note if you've got a Hobby Plus already, you'll recognize the tread pattern. I quite like the tread pattern. I like the compound of the tires. They are nice. I do believe that the foams are a bit stiff in most of the rigs. The guys out there have mentioned that they think that the foam should be a little bit softer. In this specific rig, I don't think it's necessary because you're going to be carrying weight and you don't want the wheels to fold in. So we'll test it, we'll see, and then we'll mod it later on. The chassis on the other side, we've got plastic links. Links are fixed to the chassis rails themselves, the rear. And some of the 6x6s out there, you'll find that those links, rear links, are linked to the middle axle. In this case, they've opted to link it to the chassis rail itself, which I think is more stable. So good option there. Shocks, I don't think you're going to be able to really see them there clearly, but basically these shocks are the same big bore shocks that are used in the Evo range, T-Hunter, Rushmore, as well as the Evo Pro. So very, very nice shocks, very plush, very stable. You can see this doesn't go anywhere. Nice and dampened, oil filled. Comes with aluminium collars, adjustable collars, as well as caps. A decent shock. There is an upgrade aluminium shock out there, full aluminium body shock, that is also available for purchase. Looking at the bed on the back, we have got wheel blocks to keep the wheel in place. They are also adjustable via screws at the bottom if you have bigger or smaller wheels for your vehicle that you're going to be putting on the back here. We have a metal cabled winch with it's a servo winch, which is a great option, guys. That just gives you the option to put in a stronger servo if you so wish to do it. Axles, you'll see we've got the familiar Hobby Plus portal axles. All of these axles have got metal gears. The drivetrain is metal gears, the gearbox. So really nice that we know it's not plastic. We're not going to have the problem where it's going to be stripping. I find that a lot of the more premium, at least they say it's premium RCs out there, that you pay more, not necessarily as much bang for your back as this, have plastic gears. So you end up stripping gears, having to buy metal to upgrade. This comes out stock with metal gears in the diffs, in the portal housings. The transfer case or the gearbox has got metal gears in it as well. Great feature. The only thing that I would change on this that I know that they don't come out with is ball bearings. So it comes out with bushes, brass bushes, but they do have a ball bearing kit to replace all of the bushes with rubber seal bearings. So the option is there. If we look at the rear, to be able to load a vehicle, it has got plastic ramps that basically pull out from underneath the bed, really nice and concealed. And then what you can do is it's got a little bit of adjustment depending on the from side to side, depending on the width of your vehicle. When you need to get it up there, obviously this end is not adjustable. So I mean, that's just a little bit of play that you've got there. They are plastic, they are flexible, so they won't just break. Nice thing is they've also, when you push them back in, they've got a lot of friction, so they're not just going to fall out on their own. You need to physically pull them out to get them sorted. Okay, so let's look at the lights. I have switched it on. We can test the steering. As you can see, steering seems reasonably fast for a crawler. If we push down and put some weight on that, it is a metal geared servo. Obviously, that can also be upgraded, but I think out of the box, this is 100% and fine. As I mentioned, it's a metal geared servo, which is already, a plus. Looking at the winch on the back, we're going to test that just now using, as I mentioned, that channel 5 toggle switch there that's spring loaded. So pulling back on that toggle switch, it releases the winch. We're going to pull out the ramps now, and we're going to pull a vehicle onto it in a bit, and then pushing forward, it pulls it in. So let's quickly pull out those ramps. We get a vehicle to pull onto the flatbed and see how that works. This is such a good looking rig. I just can't get over the fact that this all comes in South African rands, it's 5,390 rands, which is great value, guys. There's a lot of value in this rig. Okay, let's grab a FMS LC80. The LC80, I don't have the battery plugged in or the remote, so I'm just gonna guide it a little bit on here via my hands. Let's see. Let's hook this in on the steering link. I'm just gonna get this pulled out a little bit further. Okay, that's pulled in. Let's see what it does. Just line it up more or less. Okay, there we go. Let me just adjust my alignment a little bit. The guardrails on the side, it's just fitting in, and they're sort of guiding it now as well. There we go, and it's on. Really not a big mission to actually get it on there. You can hear obviously the server is working hard to get it on there, especially at this part here, but it is on there and it is not going anywhere. The winch itself, the cable is holding it in place via the steering link, and then we've obviously got those wheel blocks that's also keeping it in place, which is great. So pulling in that, give you a better idea of what that looks like. There is some body roll. I assume that is what these anti-roll bar links are for, or sway bar links. I have not tested those. We will do that at a later stage. But basically, 1:18 scale, large SUV will fit on here quite easily. I do believe that this is not actually proper scale though in terms of the size of the truck. If you look at these wheels that are on here, these are Little Guy Racing 58mm tires. The wheels on the track are 62mm. So in terms of scale, that's really not 100%. Looking at the size of the body and the wheels, I would prefer to put something like a 24 scale on this, and I think that's going to really work. Let's just unwind the winch here and hook the LC80, and then let's try a smaller track on here. I think we're going to try the FMS Range Rover, the FCX24M. Get this winch back in. Okay, now that works, guys. That is a very nice combo. Having this on here just looks a lot more scale and better. I'd probably end up using this when I go out testing the hauler or the 6x6 flatbed. They've got a funny name. There's another name for it. I think it's called the Arktos. Yes, I'm really butchering that name now, but I think it's a play on the Mercedes-Benz commercial trucks, the Arktos trucks that Mercedes-Benz does. So I think it's the Arktos, something like that. Anyways, this looks really nice and scaled. If you have a look at the width, it fits in quite easily between the flatbed rails, and it is such a, yes, I really dig this. It really does look very, very nice. If you look at it from that angle, looks really good, nice and scale. So, as I mentioned, there is some body roll. I have not adjusted anything on this rig. It is stock standard out of the box. I have not adjusted the shock colors. I have not put in a different shock wheel. I do believe putting in thicker shock wheel will also help. But yeah, let's check the modulation on this. It is in low gear. Let's just see how slow it will crawl. That's very nice. So lots of modulation. It is nice and slow. The steering works well. Steering is obviously very light because a lot of the weight is on the back now, so the front end doesn't carry all the weight at the moment. I think, like I mentioned earlier on, if you put some weight on it, you can see it still works. We'll see in real world crawling conditions how the steering is going to hold up. But for the from what I see now, it seems fine. I think it'll work great. Let's have a look at the lighting. It's got a full light kit, so it will have indicator lights, brights, dims, spots, reverse lights and brake lights, which is also, considering again, great value for money. Not a lot of rigs in this 18 scale class come out standard with a full light kit. You either just get fog lamps. I know Traxxas only has a fog lamp, the TRX4M. SX24s only come up with fog lamps. The FMS range, they put in a lot more effort. They've got full light kits on a lot of their rigs. And then Hobby Plus, obviously, on this has gone the full light kit route. On the other cars, they don't have, they also just have maybe one, a set of fogs or bright light or dims that they've got on there. But okay, let's have a look at the lighting on this. So channel 3, if we switch it on first, apparently it's got 5 modes. So this is the first one. We've got our dims. Click it again. I can't see if that was actually brighter in the camera. If we click it again, we've got, oh, that's actually interesting. So we don't have indicators at the moment. I suspect that was on the second mode. Let's quickly go back to, okay, so there's mode 1, no indicators. Click it again. Now we've got indicators. That's an awesome feature, guys. A lot of the guys have been complaining out there with these RC crawlers that they don't necessarily want indicators when they're crawling, as it becomes a bit irritating. So you are able to switch the indicators on and off. Okay, let's just see the back, what that looks like. We've got our left, right, and then we should have brakes as well. So I'm going to put it in neutral, forward, brake, and then reverse. That's great. Really, really nice feature from Hobby Plus, including the full light kit in here. We'll put it back into low range. Let's just check out the rest of the light modes. As you can see, we've also got obviously those orange lights on the side of the bed. Also a very nice feature. Okay. So if we go through the modes, we've got that first mode now that includes the indicators. We press it again. Indicators do not work anymore. And we've got the bright function on the lights. If we press it again, we have the full spectrum of lights on. We've got those big spots in the middle with and what I do like is the fact that they've mixed the lights. They've got those yellowish tinted lights, the old school lights. And then they also have the new LED bright lights. Gives it a really nice feel. And I think this is going to be great for night crawls with all of that lighting on it. Okay, guys, so I think the one thing we must still check is I've put it on, obviously, the LC80 from FMS, which is a sort of standard SUV size with the 58mm tires. But I've also got a Hobby Plus Evo Pro, which has got quite a wide stance. I've put the 5mm extension shafts on there. The rims, I think, have got a bit of a negative offset, so it's quite wide. Let's see how this fits on here. We're going to have to fold down these rails, and I don't think it will fit on there with the rails app. Okay, nice in the center there. There you can get an idea of how that fits on there. So works perfectly fine on there. You just need to put down the rails. Again, they've thought of everything on this rig. Really a lot of thought went into the build of this 6x6 by Hobby Plus, the CR-18P. If we look up the side, this actually looks quite cool on here. It's got quite a low CG feel to it, so it doesn't sit too high. Also looks really nice on this rig. All in all, I am super impressed. I haven't taken it out yet. We've got some miserable weather at the moment. It's cold, it's wet. As soon as the sun comes out and we've got some drier weather, I'll be taking it out for a proper crawl and give you my feedback on it. Guys, I really appreciate you checking out the video. Please like, subscribe, and share the video if you found it helpful and informative. See you on the next video. Cheers.